It never ceases to fail me. Like they got everything in front of you, but you got to think some of these laws is being passed, some of these people that are running. You know, if you big in the voting, it's that time. But I think
It's that time to hear the same bullshit.
all the time, and so
They gonna
I think
show up. They're gonna show up at your church. They gonna do all that. You ain't gonna see them again to this time again. To this time again.
Yep. So that's why I said I don't agree with everything Charleston do or anybody do because we all got our ways. But I be thinking it's needed, man, because I think it's highlighting a lot of different stuff. And he ruffling the feathers. Cause like I told people, they picked him out of the bunch to say that he was the most important one. And I just kind of find it ironic is that since he's targeting and going at rappers and their whole plight and how we just idol worship, which is very true. You will hear a lot of old people even say that, is that he got the old people behind him because they're looking like we're tired of having this in our community. You got the young people that's debated the most is because you don't know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you want to side with it or not side with it. So it's, I just think that, maybe we be a little bit too emotionally connected to some of this stuff. And
so everybody quick to get their opinion out.
Yep.
Everybody quick to get their opinion out. Everybody want to be right. Everybody want to be the first one with the joke, the meme. Everybody getting emotional stuff, man. You got to have some other stuff going on in your life let these folks get that emotional. I just watch it, have my little opinion to myself, and just keep it pushing. Man, that's it.
I take what I want to get from the message and I leave the mess, man. That's just that's how I've always looked at stuff. But
because he known for putting candy in the medicine. It'll be
for sure.
He's
great at it. He's great.
He'll hit you with, well, why we celebrating him dying? Well, what about the 4 black people just died down the street? Y'all don't even know their name. I'd be like, damn. Well, yeah, we ain't even hear nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? But he'll get you with, fuck this dead rapper, blah, 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 blah. And then he hit you with that. And you be like, what damn? That's why I be in the middle of the road with that nigga, man.
Yeah, because you know what, though? I think, like I tell people, man, his 50-50 is a good 50-50 because what really pisses you off that gets you to not even that they don't get us to listen because we're listening to the facts of it. What gets other people's attention and then what makes us actually listen, that's why it's needed. Because a lot of people wouldn't even have paid attention to it if he didn't say that ignorant shit. But we're listening to, okay, bro, where you got to bring this down to? And it's like, he'll bring it all the way back around. It's like, where was all this when this was going on? This was going on. Okay, when I was doing this, wasn't nobody rocking with me. I had to, I almost begged to get X, Y, and Z. I've been doing this. It's the truth, man. Like I said, you got to pick your poison, man. And then sometimes it's just when you give the right people or the wrong people, however you want to look at it, that platform, this is what he's doing with it, but he has not stopped what he's doing. Like, he trolling, he doing his thing, but he's still speaking at the school.
It's dangerous what he's doing. It's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous. I wouldn't advise nobody to play it. But like I tell people, he just talk ignorant. He far from the fool. He far from the fool. Yeah, far from the fool. Now, like, he is
that drunk country uncle you see on the holidays that'll drop you some knowledge and then he say something crazy. You like, oh, come on.
And then y'all taking shots because you ain't thought nothing else about it after that. That's why I said I maybe we just grew up around some people that would say anything because I know we got some uncles like that, some cousins for sure. So it's like, I don't know, Charleston White, he really liked because somebody didn't watch you grow up say all this to your face in front of the whole family and then they're going to be like, he drunk. Take him home. He about to start. That's what I'm. So it's like, man, maybe y'all, I don't know, bro. I've heard worse.
And they had you in your feelings because they're going to speak to your soul.
Right. And you really be wanting to charge them up because I feel like you've been waiting to say this your whole life. And it's like, you right at that age where you still respect them, but you want to go on and show them, like, hold on now, my nigga. Like, hey, Granny, you better go and tell him move around now if I go on and bless him because I know he can't move like that and he's drunk. So go on, take him home. I've seen it at 1,000 events. It's always the drunk uncle or granddaddy. They don't give a damn what nobody got to say. He didn't get drunk, and he usually gonna call out the one that he think is the toughest or want to be the toughest, and they gonna get into it. and he gonna say what he got to say, or it's the little fast tail gal that's disrespectful. They got something to say, bro. They wasn't sitting around not checking it. Their excuse was being drunk. That's all they need.
They've been waiting to say it.
That's it. So I'm like,
RC drunk, get him out of here.
You're right. Get him on home. Yeah, he went straight to sleep when I got him there. Yeah.
Speaking of the next drunk uncle, so we can wrap it up. Your boy, Mr. West. Good morning, Mr. Fresh, Mr. Me, motherfucker. These Rosie Perez.
Man, hey, you know what, man? I'm gonna be real with you, bro. On the surface, I think Kanye is just a little touched that Kim ain't rocking with him no more, man. I really
most definitely.
Yeah, he needs some. They need some counseling. They might need to make that work because I just don't think that he's saying a lot, but he keeps tying it back into Kim or fashion. So that's where, to me, I get when people ramble. Hell, we all ramble at times, but he'll ramble, come back fashion, ramble, come back Kim. And so I'm like, oh, you passionate about that. So you really want a lot of attention around those two key things. But what a man tell you when he ramble, that's really where his mind was going anyway. He just tried to stay on topic because something you might have brought up. That's where it's hard at. I think he's heartbroken. And he just want to be heard because he never thought that he would lose Kim. I just think Kanye being who Kanye is, I don't think he considers himself white, black, Puerto Rican, Asian. I think Kanye thinks that he's Kanye West, which is a gender, ethnicity, race, whatever you want to call it. Kanye really is Kanye. Yeah, that's just
I heard him most recently say my second favorite person in the world. His favorite person in the world is him, and then number 2 is his mama. I ain't never heard nobody say no shit like
but that's, and hey, but you know what? A lot of us may feel that way. We just don't say it out loud. Kanye will. So yeah, I think everybody's favorite first person is they self or they mama, and that's just how they go with it. Your daddy fit in somewhere if you rock with him. If not, that's pretty much everybody pecking order. But yeah, man, I hate it for
I
bro,
will
man,
say,
because,
I think he's a genius.
Yeah.
A lot of people may disagree with me, but the reason why I say this is because you go back at every genius in history, everybody thought they was a little crazy. It always was something about them when folks was like, hey, that dude's smart in the motherfucker, but it's just one thing. And people grew up around geniuses. You might didn't think they was a genius because you always thought they was a little crazy. He's just a genius that's a little throw because he's so much of a genius with money in his pocket. I remember seeing people back home where we grew up at, 2 of them. They didn't reach their potential because where they grew up at and nobody never showed them where they could possibly be. But you see them out, they talking to themselves, they be like, man, they crazy. They a little throw it off. But you have a conversation with them and they dropping some gems that you ain't never, ever. Are they telling you about the symmetrical angle of some building and they dropping the math on the top of their head on how they did, you like, man, what? But I think he's a genius. I think he rambles so much that people get lost in the sauce. He rambles so much he get lost in the sauce. He's also one of those people that don't like to say, I don't know. And it hurts him. If he don't know something, he one of the people that just can't say, I don't know, and that hurts him some. But he know what he's talking about. He far from crazy, if you ask me. Far from crazy. He know exactly what he's talking. He know exactly what he's doing. He get people riled up, and then with all the cameras in his face, he'll say what he really wants to say. And then he gonna ramble. Then he gonna come back to say what he really wants to say. He gonna say about how the music industry done fucked him. He gonna say about how the clothing industry done fucked him. Who we control. It's time for y'all to be out of control. It's time for black folks to start building, stick together, build up on their own. However, if you don't sit there and listen to all that, people just say, oh, that's Kanye, and keep it moving. And that's it. He just want, at the end of the day, I believe he just want his respect. He just want respect. Quit treating me like a certain type of way. I just want my respect for my family. I can't have control. I can't have, not control of my family, but get all the respect of my family, because you got a mother that runs everything, that has put money in everybody's pocket. So whatever that mother says is gonna go, and it's like, I'm over here, like, what the hell? My chopped liver to my whole family? To my wife and my kids? Like, y'all gonna oust me?
In real talk, that's a hell of a breakdown, man. And I think that's where he's coming from. Is that it's a place of hurt. He's speaking a lot of facts. It's a lot of different Jews based off of, excuse me, even with the Tucker Carlson interview with Fox, even with Drink Champs, he's dropped some stuff that, of course, we know a lot of it. But just personally, of where he's coming from and the insight that he's providing for you, I just think a lot of people that make it to his level, the reason why we would consider them sellouts and that they don't do anything is because they never speak on these issues. So the people that stay quiet, they're even considered more of a genius and somebody that we should follow, and they should be our idols. Those are the ones that made it. But then you have the other people that will challenge that thought and say, no, they sold out, so that's why they won't speak on it. So I think when you get money and you happen to be a part of our culture, whether you, especially if you're Black and a part of our culture, there's a high expectation, is because one side of us wants you to speak out on the things that say, hey, help us down here, the little people. The other side wants you never to say anything that's going to make your brand look bad, and then they're going to say, okay, hey, these are the sellouts, because why aren't you speaking for us when you have this platform? He is deemed as crazy because they take a few little things that he says that could be distasteful at the time and say, okay, I can't get with that. And then they get rid of everything else. But it's like, is it Kanye doing what y'all want him to? Shouldn't he still be saying, okay, Black people should be doing this? Yes, he's did the shock jock stuff, but it goes back to like talking about Charleston and everybody else. They've realized that that's the social media trend, is that you're going to have to say something so ignorant or so wild to make people click on it. Then I have your attention. But what stood out to me is that he was talking about how those small hats control a lot of the things. We've been knowing that, but also what was key for me is that I am a billionaire that is being censored. Everybody don't get the chance to say that. That was powerful, because that's really not him saying, okay, cool. He's like, they build their community, they do this. So he even used the word, and I think was the right word for him to use, because Kanye's being Kanye. He's jealous of the small hat community. Yeah. We all should be. They've gotten what they deserve from their issues that they went through with their people. They've gotten their community very strong. You cannot speak about them. You're more likely to make 1 million rap songs talking about killing everybody in the hood by first and last name, all the way till you whacked everybody in the community, and you would be on the BET and awards and considered as a drill rapper before you could ever speak about the small hats and think that you won't get public outrage. That's legit. Look at what we see. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's part of it, again, like you said, you was 50-50 on CW. I'm 50-50 on Kanye's, because when everything is good, we don't hear this. But we also still remember Kanye, George Bush don't like Black people.
And that's where it started.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's where it started.
Because
when he said that, something clicked. And he was like, oh, I said that, got everybody's attention. Now all of a sudden the camera in my face all the time, this, that, and the other. I can kind of say what I want to say, why I got the whole world's attention.
Yep.
So
and my bag getting bigger.
The White Lives Matter shirt. Yep. That was to get attention from the clothing brands. Everybody talking about that fashion show turned into Kanye. I can't even tell you who else was there. Because he just
was him and Candace Owens, bro. These are the top fashion people. Yeah, these are top fashion designers in the world. Like, not just the United States, the world.
He stole the show.
He wore a shirt and he stole the show, bro. That's, how many people are sitting back as we're sitting here discussing, like, him wearing the shirt. Do you know how many fashion people that have put their all into that? Like, you going down to the New Orleans to do your thing. Imagine somebody doing some simple shit and stealing the entire show. Like, somebody running naked down Bourbon Street and they get all the attention over y'all festival. You're gonna be like, man, we've been sitting here creating these damn movies and putting these clips together for somebody to run down the street naked on Bourbon and the right person catch it and get it to TMZ, and it's all a big deal because there was happened to be 15 of them that was running naked. Like, you're gonna be like, hold on, these fashion people that really put some thought behind that are creators.
Mad as hell at Kanye.
Bro, mad at anybody that covered it, not just Kanye. Like, are y'all serious? The models that came out there, all of this, like, bro,
I've seen more
y'all
pictures of that shirt and him and Candace Owens than I've seen models walking down the runway with the newest spring fashion. Bro. I ain't got no clue. I ain't seen them.
I really thought that it was a joke because I was like, it has to be him and Candace Owens in the green room and they just acting like it was a fashion show. It was literally an entire fashion show weekend, renowned, like big, and that's all we know. I would be mad. I would be mad.
I tell you one thing that he said though that a lot of people probably ain't gonna catch in the interview when he said, you remember the movie Legoland? When Batman found out that it was one company that owned everything, that's so profound. Like we see all these different names, but we don't realize that all these groups is connected. All these people that own this, that own that is connected in some way. And that's pretty much just one big board company.
Monopoly. Yeah. You think they set them laws out to say that certain people you can't own this because it's creating a monopoly. But we've worked for some big companies and you can see the little loopholes that they go around, bro. He ain't lying. And we need to be really facing those issues to realize, like, even if you knew it or didn't know it, if you was hip, it wasn't hip to it, here's what's going on. That should be our focus in our conversation, to be like, okay, how can we stop from allowing them to monopolize within our own communities? Because those same people have a trickle-down effect. The Asians are doing it within our community. The Arabs are doing it within our community. The only people that ain't doing it consistently within our community is us. So everybody's following the small hats blueprint that they have. So whether we want to accept that or not, we can talk about George Floyd, which, like I said, condolences to his family. I think that was just something that he was just rambling. Drinks kicked in, and he spoke about what he seen.
He saw a documentary and went on what the documentary said.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not caping for him because he got the greatest. Like, yeah.
Well, they said they're gonna sue, but I heard today that documentary is probably gonna be part of that lawsuit too.
Yeah, but then also, she went to the neighborhood. So why are those people participating in it? George Floyd's friends and everything. So it's like, it's going to be a lot to come out with that. Because
the thing is, while she's sitting on your couch talking to you, you don't know what the end result is going to be. People just there asking questions. Like, if I'm making a documentary on D-Rose, I'm going to talk to you, ask questions. I'm going to talk to your family, ask questions, this, that, and the other. I'm going to gather my information. When they get to the final cut, it might be a 10-minute segment where I get my opinion. And you're like, hold the hell on. Like, where the fuck where'd that come from? Like, we ain't say that. And they cut it and dice it up and split it where they're like, you saying something totally different.
But check this out, though. This is why I'm going to say this. I'm going to play devil's advocate with this one. That's why if anybody ever came to me or you about anything that me and our circle got going on, bro, we ain't got nothing to talk about. We know what his legacy was, and we got on about our business, because at the end of the day, if it was something that high profile, and if you did your research on who you allowed to come sit on your damn couch, then you should have known that it was going to be coming with some BS behind that. Like,
I mean, well, she got him because it's like nobody in the news has come to talk to us.
And so that,
when you the first person that come talk to us,
so like, but why we so, I ain't gonna say attention crave, let me just find a different word. But why are we so happy to get in front of a camera and just tell your side of the story, when in reality, the bigger picture was that we seen somebody with a knee on their neck for 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes. That's what we need to know. From trying to get some spotlight off of it, it can land in the wrong hands, because everybody ain't for you that's putting the camera in your face, man. That's really what you learn from that. Yeah. You think
I feel like I don't know how, I don't know them. So I only think of is when you watching CNN, well, not CNN, but when you watching Fox News and all these other outlets that's throwing dirt on your family name, but nobody comes and talk to you. It's kind of like, if somebody do come, it's like it's a relief that I get to tell my story about my family member that I grew up with, that had a sleepover with and went Thanksgiving, Christmas, and spent summertime and all that with, instead of listening to y'all just throw dirt on their name, and this person is not who y'all making them out to be. I think that's how they might have got caught up in that situation.
But you know,
but you got to be careful.
Yeah, you got to repeat. Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful because I mean, you know, history repeats itself. You know, it's books you've read and stuff that you've looked at. I mean, the Klansmen used to go door to door and help people sign up for voting.
Yep.
It could be burned across in your yard later on that night. So it's like, or coming in and killing you with a mob. So again, man, it's like, I think this is just an important thing is that, yes, we all want to make sure that we get our message out. I understand this is a different era. People want to be heard. Hell, we all do. Nobody wants to just walk around like nobody knows who they are. It's just a part of our society right now. But when I think about somebody like her, I'm going to have so many questions for her. I'm going to make her uncomfortable, not even want to record because she wouldn't even be able to push her plight. But again, when you're not aware of and haven't did the proper research, you're thinking people are just coming in, oh, it's a black woman, she looks like us, she wants to do this. Right. If you think
they might not even know who she was.
Not even know who she was, you know what I'm saying? You're not thinking she's trying to be malicious, but some people are, and they look just like you. This is a prime example, is that I've seen little snippets of the documentary. I'm gonna just say this, man. I think she did what she wanted to do because she thought it would land. But even the company that she had did it with, they wasn't even at her premiere when she dropped it. So that lets you know that it rubbed a few people the wrong way, regardless if they stand with her or not. So I'm just gonna say that. So people,
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of people using somebody else to attack another group. Yeah. So you want to attack not the Black Lives Matter, but the people who run behind the Black Lives Matter. Use George Floyd to tear them down. Just get to your point. If your point is to tear that group down, leave that man out of it.
And you know what? I was just telling somebody, and they was like, well, why would you say that? That sounds like you capable for, I don't care about no Black Lives Matter, bro. That matter way before a slogan. Like, it's real.
Yeah, I think like, it ain't about this podcast a couple years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it ain't about no moving with that. Here's my thing is that when people come in and do that, the same thing that they're crying about Black Lives Matter did as an organization, they are now in return doing it because you use George Floyd's name to get people to look into your documentary. That's it. The same way that you feel like they built millions on their back, you're repeating the same cycle. So if you can't come with just straight up, hey, these are 4 or 5 people that have formed this organization, step by step, this is what we're trying to expose to that wouldn't disconnect people, because people that are really into what George Floyd got going on and had going on in his family, the moment that you said anything disrespectful, they're going to turn it off. So my thing is, how could you use the documentary, the information that you have? You sound very knowledgeable. You're very, very intentional with how you say and speak on things that happen within our Black community, right?
And she know how to sound passionate while doing it.
Passionate about it, yeah. And so why not bring some actual facts that could take people off of the bandwagon that may have the wool over their eyes of what Black Lives Matter isn't actually doing. When you intentionally do bullshit, that's going to throw people off so it doesn't land well, because it seems like you're doing the same thing that you're blaming them of. So really you hating because you don't have said 80 million that you can just run to. So you can't, if I ever would have,
or you don't have group support behind you
like that. And it's like, keep in mind now, I'm saying this, that I do think that we should pay more attention to what Black Lives Matter, the group, has been doing and where those funds are going. But what I use, Mike Brown, Philandro Castillo, none of the people that have actually lost their life to attack them, I'm going to bring to you the facts of what we've seen of what's going on and the whole overall agenda. And what does this actually mean for our community? And if it does not align, why are we as a people so much behind it? Because it said Black Lives Matter. That's it. But she, from what I'm seeing so far, and I'm going to do a video, we're going to have to really cover it, but I just don't think she landed that. I think she went the route that they went, and it just comes across as, you know, didn't hit like it's supposed to. And there's some people that really support her that broke down the documentary. They was like, she really missed this point where she could have got some people off that bandwagon, because it's all about being informative. Yeah, be informative. Don't use somebody
messy. Else. Go straight. Yeah, you're being messy.
Yeah, don't be messy, man. Yeah, being messy.
But to wrap that up, and we kind of got off topic. But one thing I got at that Drink Champs interview with Kanye, if you can get through all the rambling and a little bit of foolishness here and there, is that if you in the music industry, be independent, or sign to another black man. If you can make your own movies, if you want to do the Dame Dash route, do that. If you want to do the Medea route with your company or whatever you got going on, do that. Because Tyler Perry found his own route, no backing. He owned his own everything. If you got a clothing brand, and I wish Kanye would do this, but I ain't in fashion, I don't know how that works. But I think he at a point now where I know with business, you don't want to use your own money, you want to borrow somebody else's money. But I'm like, if you really a multi-billionaire, like you say, you got enough money to get your own factory, start off small time. But I know he big time. It'd be hard for him to start off small time, but you got enough to get your own factory and get your own clothes made and not go through nobody else. Yep. But that's the message he gave. So I hope he go by the message that he gave, and where he said all liquor stores take Hennessy down and put Douce up.
You feel me? But Kanye gonna be Kanye, man. So
Hennessy nasty anyway.
Man, it really is. I can't, man. It's straight headache, man. Straight headache. But yeah, man, that was a great topic. We did get off a little bit, but we'll get that taken care of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But great topic, man. Great discussion overall. Anyway, man, you got anything else to add before we close it out?
Nah, I ain't got nothing else to add, man. It was just great to be back on the show. See the family.
Yeah, man, it was, man. So, the Black Business Minute this week, man. I think it's kind of obvious.
You can't tell.
Yeah, you can't tell. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. At ease, man. I'm gonna keep shouting my guys out, man. If you need any moving services, man, it's the At Ease boys, man. Seriously, go follow them on social media, book them. They have great prices, and it's black owned, top and bottom. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we rocking. That's what we doing. So At Ease Movement. Salute to them guys that are out of Nashville, Tennessee. We've said it before. We're gonna keep saying it. They might be sponsors at this point. We never know. You know what I'm saying? So we'll keep y'all informed, man. But also, stay in the loop. We will be dropping some merch. We're trying to get that together now. So I've been dropping little teasers out there to see what's going on. We're gonna let y'all know what's going on. We're trying to get something out there as quick as possible. It might have to end up, for people that consider them holidays, we should have something out there before the holiday season up to get something out there to our people that's been asking for it. So yeah, that's it, bro.
Spring Black Person of the Week, man. Since it started NBA season, we're gonna make it Mr. Bill Russell.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? 10-time champion, first black coach in the NBA. He actually started off as a player coach, but he was a head coach, player coach. We made him the first black coach in the NBA in a time where he probably coached that team and he probably couldn't even eat at the same restaurant as some of the players on the team. There was a man who stood up for black folks all the way around, played in a racist city like Boston. He'd go to away games, come back, they write nigga, breaking into an apartment, write niggas on the wall. He getting death threats, this, that, and the other. And that man kept a smile on his face and kept fighting. You know what I mean? So rest in peace to Mr. Bill Russell, man. He our Spring Black Person of the Week, a true legend in the making. Well, in the making. Yeah, he was a true legend. He definitely made it. He was a true legend for sure.
Lord of the Rings, man. And just to see people, his story, man, that's dope. So yeah, major salute to him, man. And I love that he just kept his hands on everybody that he could. And that's just a true godfather, man. Like we won't see that again. I ain't gonna say probably. Nah. We won't see that again in our lifetime. We won't get to see that. But yeah, true godfather, man.
Yeah, well, for all our queens out there, put your crown on, took that thing to the side, let them know you're a queen. For all our kings out there, and even Kanye and Charleston White, put your crown on, took that thing to the side, let them know you are a king. We are supremely black, and we out.